This is my last show before Saturday's election, so let me give you my take on that. Fear and amazement, especially after today. Fear that the polls suggest Anthony Albanese is favourite to become Prime Minister on Saturday with the help of the Greens or some extreme global warming independence probably. And amazement because, seriously, Anthony Albanese, Prime Minister? I mean, nice guy. But if Labor, by some amazing miracle, loses this unlosable election, it will be entirely due to Albanese himself, because I have never seen a leader of one of the main political parties spend a whole campaign proving he doesn't understand the economy or even his own policies, proving that he is not up to running this country. It's amazing. It's like watching a hippopotamus auditioning to be a gymnast. Can't do it. Albanese started this election day one not having a clue about our unemployment rate, guessing it was far worse than it actually is.
Do you know the official cash rate off the top of your head?
Oh, look, we can do the old Q&A stuff over 50 different over 50 different figures.
What's the national unemployment rate?
National unemployment rate at the moment is I think it's 5.4. Sorry, I'm not sure what it is.
Then today, Albanese didn't have a clue about why unemployment has in fact fallen just today to a 48-year low, to just 3.9%. Here is his bizarre explanation.
Borders are closed, Lisa. Our borders are closed. People are doing it tough. That's having an impact on employment figures. We know that that's the case.
It's unbelievable. The borders have been open for a couple of months. I mean, how can you even trust the guy to be Prime Minister when he doesn't even know the unemployment rate and now doesn't know why it is so low? Thinks it's got something to do with the borders. I mean, seriously. And if only that was all that Albanese didn't know. In this campaign, he didn't seem to know we don't actually have enough nurses for his plan to put a nurse in every nursing home 24/7. He didn't even know his own housing plan, even after just boasting about it.
What do they know, Mr Albanese? What are the other 5 points, Mr Albanese?
We will put people, it is all around the theme of
Mr.
putting people,
you are across your brief.
We will put people at the centre of the NDIS.
Are these the 6 points here that had to be handed to you by your advisor?
Mr Albanese, that's your right.
We just saw you.
You've just been handed the 6 points, Mr.
It's just gone on in this election campaign. Albanese didn't remember it actually opposed boat turnbacks when he was Deputy Prime Minister. He also didn't remember his boat policies now.
Do you support the retention of temporary protection visas?
Yes. Earlier on, I heard half the question and didn't hear all of it. We don't support temporary protection visas.
It all got so bad that Labor tried to protect Albanese during this campaign from questions from journalists by getting people like Jason Clare to take questions for him to save him from embarrassment. In fact, Clare did such a good job, saved Albanese 6 times in just one press conference, throwing his body in front of the journalists. This really is an embarrassment. But today we learned again what happens if Albanese does have to answer for himself. Today, you see, Labor finally released its costings, telling us what its policies supposedly cost, where its savings are coming from, just 2 days before the election. And today, Albanese made sure he was nowhere near the room. He let his shadow treasurer and finance spokesman do all that in Canberra while he took off to Queensland. In fact, he seemed so scared of questions about his financial plans that his office told journalists they couldn't travel with Albanese and ask questions about his own costings. But apparently there was a revolt and then that ban was dropped. But this should tell you something. And by the way, those costings, Labor's going to spend even more than the Liberals, $7.4 billion more, just when inflation is going through the roof. I'll discuss that with Terry McCrann later. I'll tell you, Anthony Albanese is just not ready to run the country. He's a nice guy, but not even close. And my fear is that we're about to find out the hard way after Saturday, find out and pay for 3 years of Labor.